Hello everybody, the Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02, version 5.0.1. Today we have a 1v1 on Holland, which is not a map you see ever, if at all, rarely. So this is the 1v1 I played. I'm the Destroyer there, because my name doesn't fit, of course. I was hosting, so I didn't change it. King Thran, which is King Thranduil, is my opponent here, as the Elves. So we'll be facing off in a 1v1, and I'll be casting this game. Of course. I was going to do a live commentary, but I wasn't able to actually record with voice because at the time, because my roommates were sleeping, which is a lot of times the reason I won't live commentary a game, just so you know. But yeah, opening with a couple of furnaces here, which will, this is like the first game I've ever put my furnaces in the correct spots. They're all doing a 97%. Which is the ideal way to do it. I'm also using Farsight, or Vision of the Palantir rather. He's gone for Rally Call. And I've gone for Farsight, of course. I thought it would be pretty important to have the information of what he's doing. This map does feature a canyon kind of down the center here. And then on the sides you have a Warg Pit, a inn, and a cave troll lair in front. And there's opposite side, same thing. Northern pass there. So there's 3 ways into a person's base. I thought it's an interesting map. It's cool to try out new maps. We're both like, we don't want to play Forza Horizon 2, because everyone plays Forza Horizon 2. So we try a different map that no one ever plays. And that's what I like to do personally. I think it's more fun to experiment on maps that are lesser known. So I'll be opening with Uruk Pit here. By the way, this is by no means a pro game or anything of that nature. Neither me nor King Thranduil are pro level, or anywhere close probably. No offense to King Thranduil, of course. But we're definitely not Maher level of player, or bullshit. So, there's that. I'll be going for Crossbowmen though. As I took some advice from Bullshit or Ice Vice, whatever you want to call them. Wildmen are definitely not a good start against the Elves. So I went for a Uruk Pit instead and get crossbows and some, ideally I'd go for pikemen instead of the swordsman, but I went for swordsman for whatever reason. Probably just a habit. Swordsmen are pretty good though. I think I went for swordsman because I saw he got pikes. Maybe. That is a possibility. Of course, that justifies my, my purchase. But he'll be creeping here. So he'll destroy this and he'll be able to capture the signal fire, which will be useful for him, of course, to get his powers going. And when he gets this, he'll get the money. I saw there was an inn over here, so I sent some crossbows over to troll the cave troll, so to speak. If you've ever seen that little video of how you troll the cave troll, how you take out a cave troll with archers. I've taken a tip from that. When he runs at you, you run away, and then you run back and start shooting him again. It works pretty well. And that'll allow me to clear that up. I do have some soldiers in the field now, getting some more crossbows. King Thranduil moving in with 2 battalions of archers and some pikes. So of course he'll outclass my army here at my base. But now that I picked up the cave troll, I am able to capture the inn, and I'll be able to build wildmen out of the inn. So that'd be pretty effective. But I will lose this furnace here, undoubtedly. I did play this today, the day I'm casting it, but it was this morning. It is late evening now. Not that it matters, but I won't remember entirely what happened, because I'm like a goldfish. I remember what happened like the first 5 seconds. Or forget what happened, rather. And you see I queued up like 3 wildmen there, and then they'll take down the cave troll lair as soon as they come out, so they don't just get killed as they come out of the cave troll lair, because that would be not ideal. Elves falling back a bit. Picking off my guys a little bit, but my guys are pretty strong. I do them in shield wall in the hold ground stance, and my other guys in porcupine formation. Trying to tell my crossbows to actually target the archers here, but I'm losing a lot of my guys in the process. He's doing the same thing though, porcupine formation. Usually the way you want to use your guys there. Of course he does have the rally call and I don't. Of course I went for the vision power, that does give me an advantage in combat. And you see there, I've upgraded my Wildman with torches. As Wildman and torches take down structures very quickly. So I figured that'd be a good idea. But he is forcing me back, of course. My archers are going to get owned by his, and he is attacking my furnace here with some guys. So I do manage to save it, just barely. I now have, what, 4 battalions of crossbows, though, which is nothing to scoff at. His army, of course, once it's a more rally call run its course, it'll have trouble. I am continuing to expand as well across the north and the south, as you see here. Builder there as well, sending a few battalions of Wildmen with torches upgrades into the Elven base from the south, though he probably won't see that coming, which will be unfortunate for him. He does have a hero now, Mr. Haldir. Hopefully that'll work out well for him. He does manage to pick off one of my furnaces there. Although the crossbows do kill them off. A few of these elves manage to get away. If he gets a Mirror Galadriel, you could heal him up, or a banner, of course. There's a cave troll area up here with an inn as well. I don't think I messed with that one, though. I do have some pikes now. There. Continue to get more pikemen. But my Wildmen actually do pick off one of the trees in the back. These guys are actually hidden in the trees. That's kind of cool. But I'm working my way around his base, destroying trees as I go. So his economy will be a bit weaker than mine. Mine's at 600, and his is at 500 right now. So I'm doing a bit better. Have a few more furnaces than he has trees. Looks like I sent some Wildmen in the front. Managed to take that one in the center. That's a big one. Nice one to get. And I might even get this one as well, but it looks like he has a lot of archers taking out my guys here. So probably won't get that. But Wildmen and torches are definitely dangerous. I didn't manage to take that either. Barrack still stands, but he did lose the tree in the middle, which is a pretty nice pickup for me. It leaves him still at 500, because he's rebuilding his stuff elsewhere. And I'm continuing to pump Wildmen out of there, while building up my main force in my base there. Of course, King Thranduil has put an Entmoot here, and he is building an Ent. So that's bad. Ents are pretty strong. Definitely don't want that to happen. I think I just realized that was there once I got over here. I was like, oh crap, that's not good. So Haldir and the elves will defend the land in the center here. War chant throwing down, trying to get all my guys with it. And of course telling my crossbows to target the most dangerous part of the elven army, the archers. So this time I do have the war chant, so I should do a lot better. Crossbows war chant to do a lot of damage to the elven lightly armored units. And as you see, they're not taking a ton of damage themselves. It does add up, of course. The crossbows seem a bit better against the elves. And I do send some Wildmen in the back here with torches. Try and take down the Entmoot and the tree here. And I actually managed to get that. And I will get the Entmoot as well. It's a good idea, though. Because if I wasn't prepared for that Ent, I could have lost my fortress. So definitely a nice call, but managed to get the Wildmen around the back and destroy that place. And the Ent does get set on fire there. And he will go down screaming. The Wildman will be cleaned up there. I do have alerts on the field now. Level 1 still, but for now, at least. I did manage to take the signal fire as well from King Thranduil. It's convenient he uses the name King Thranduil and plays elves. He picks elves when he plays. I went random this game, and I picked Isengard, or I got Isengard. We played a rematch as well. Or we were trying to play a rematch, but it was laggy. And I picked Isengard again, but we didn't end up playing that one through because it was just too laggy. Had issues. This game didn't lag though, so it was not too bad. Of course, there will always be the off-host lag for the other person or whatever. And of course, I'll have better connection because I'm hosting, but nonetheless, it wasn't too shabby. Haldir and some swordsmen taking out my forward furnace there, and my builder. I did build a bit close to his base, I will admit. Not the best of ideas. I still have the outpost here, though. The inn, rather. Continuing to just pump Wildman out of there. Like it's going out of style. And also, I built a forward siege works in the corner of this base. So it's very close to his base. I'm attempting to build some battering rams. But of course I don't want him to see these. I think I actually did go a bit too far with that battering ram. Because I saw his tree and I was like, oh crap, there's a tree there. I wasn't sure if he saw me or not. There's Golem. I don't think he gets utilized this game. But he's there nonetheless. Elven Archers fending off the Wildmen pretty easily. Like I said, Wildmen aren't that effective against the Elves. I was only really using them effectively because they were going around destroying buildings and around the back. But when they have to actually engage the army, they don't do so well. They drop like flies to Archer Fire, of course. And now Haldir will begin cutting his way back down south to try and stop the flow of Wildmen. Meanwhile, alerts and some crossbows moving forward. Not too much. Let's take a look at powers real quick. And such. I have a 675 command point limit. War Chant, Vision of the Palantir, and Devastation. Devastation's great. I love Devastation. Gets me lots of money. I wouldn't say it's better than Industry, but it's good for that giant burst. Plus, when the enemy uses Elven Wood, you can actually use Devastation on it, which is kind of funny. King Thranduil has Heal, Rally Call, and 10 power points remaining. He'll probably get something. There, he's got Elven Wood. There you go. Elven Wood is a 10 power point power? I wasn't aware of that. I guess so, isn't it? Because they have the Sight. They have the Sight, War Chant, and Heal. That's right. Or not War Chant. Rally Call. Looks like the Elves have captured my outpost. He could begin building Hobbits if he wanted to. There's a possibility for him. And now Haldir and these couple swordsmen still destroying a lot of my stuff here. Not good for me. Haldir is level 6. He does have leadership now, which sucks. The Elven Wood being thrown down here does allow his troops to do a lot of damage to mine. Do a Berserker, but it does get picked off. Which managed to get level 2, but I should get him out of there. And I do have a Saruman now. I did manage to save up for him. I thought he would be pretty useful. And of course, usually he is. Saruman's a beast. I see King Thranduil running away. Doesn't really want to engage Thranduil that much. Can't blame you for that. Pike's running in. I really want to Wizard Blast the archers though, but I should back up there. And I will do so. I do have a Warg Pit now. So I'll have to upgrade that to level 2 to of course get Warg Riders if I want to. And this is level 2, so that's why I have Berserkers of course. So I can go in for an attack. My battering rams destroying stuff as they go. Actually got this one a bit too close to the Warg Lair, unfortunately. So it's taken half of its life away before it even got in battle. And Saruman is out here Wizard Blasting and Fireballing his ass away. And I do manage to get a battering ram over to the Elven Barracks. It is getting taken down fairly quickly, but the barracks should take a lot of damage. And then my army comes into support. Haldir, of course, is nowhere to be seen. He is very far away from home. I do manage to get that barracks. That battering goes down. That battering ram about to go down as well. My idea was to build a massive amount of battering rams, send them all for the fort, but that didn't quite pan out, it seems. Because I screwed it up a bit. But it actually worked out in the end, I think. Taking out the Elven production buildings is actually better in a way, because then they can't fight back, of course. Haldir has returned, though, with his small amount of units. And I still have one battering ram actually on the fort. Haldir having to divert his attention to that. Glorfindel being brought out as well. I cripple striked Haldir there, so he couldn't reach the battering ram when I repositioned it. I thought that was kind of amusing. Battering rams don't take a ton of arrow damage either. Glorfindel will deal with that. No problem. Trying to bring Haldir down. I don't think I managed to do so. Maybe. Looks like I switched to targeting Glorfindel. Glorfindel's cutting through my troops though, like butter. And the Elven archers are killing a lot of my crossbows. So looks like I will have to run away. My troop numbers have dwindled. Of course, I built a few more troops, which is nice. Nice that I've actually macroed for once, but I could have been doing a lot better. I would have had a lot more troops if I was actually macroing. But I am getting some Deathbringers, which are actually very strong troops. More Warg Riders and crossbows, of course. And Lurtz won't be able to outrun Glorfindel. unless you hit him with a fireball. So there you go. Good way to get lurts out of trouble there. And I do retreat. The elves retreat to their realm to rebuild. I don't think he knows about this siege works yet, though. As you see, I have it hued to put the guys here, the battering rams, so when they come out, they don't just get seen. Keep them obscured. That was the idea, anyway. Thranduil does have an Vigilant Ent expansion. Those are hard to kill, actually. Turns out, if you ever tried to kill those before, they're kind of hard to take down. They have a lot of life. Looks like I'm moving in with a fairly strong force now. And of course, I got the Deathbringers, which are excellent. At level 7, they get that superpower, 150% damage, minus some armor. So if they're going for a structure at level 7, that thing better watch out. Because 150% damage on a unit that already has a high damage rate. And there you go, I threw Devastation down on the Elven Wood. Just to prove it works. That's not what I did, I just did it because it's convenient, but nonetheless. Of course, as an Isengard, my economy is doing pretty well. You see there, I'm sitting on almost 3 grand. I do have summoned Wildman now in Creebane. Some Wildman, of course, being summoned in right now. This could be the final attack. My force looks pretty strong. Haldir will go down to the Berserk of Lurtz. And Saruman's staff wieldage. And now the elves don't have a whole lot left. All that's left is the Vigilant expansion in Glorfindel. Glorfindel, of course, not going to be enough. Gives him some Warg Riders on him. He'll take flanking damage, of course, as well. Unless he stops. But he is surrounded by troops. He'll just go down on him, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Vigilant expansion is doing its work, though. But King Thranduil's fortress is taking a lot of damage, and of course, as the barracks is as well. Does have Deathbringers on it. As you see there, they do pretty good damage. There's only 2 of them, keep in mind. And Lurtz is there as well. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good game. I mean, in the beginning it was a little bit dangerous, touch and go for me, but late game once I got some momentum going, I did pretty well. But I thought it was an interesting game. Thought I'd share it with you guys. And King Thranduil said it was alright. So yeah, there you go. Another cast of patch 2.02 Rise of the Witch King. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you next time.